Thank you.
So turn down the lights, lock the door. It's time for DJs After Dark.
Hey everybody, Danny J here, along with Rob Cannon. That's you, Rob.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
We got Fast Eddie C.
Hey.
And we got Matt Sunner on the line here.
Good morning, everybody. How you doing?
Matt, you sound like you're in a tunnel.
Yeah.
I sound like I'm in a tunnel.
Yeah, you sound like
Are you broadcasting?
you're
from
in the
bathroom?
Tupperware. Turn
He's
the
in the
music down.
bathroom.
Hang on a second. Let me you either mess with my audio or let me mess with my gain here on the mic. Hang on a second. Is that better?
You sound like attention Kmart shoppers.
Really?
You do. You really
Attention,
do.
Kmart shoppers.
There's a sale today in Towel World.
Ooh, you know what? Let me check my settings. It might still be.
It sounds like, you know what, Matt? It actually sounds like you're not coming off the mic. It sounds like you're coming off the actual cam mic.
Yes.
Yeah, there we go. I think that's what it is. Hang on a second. There.
There you go.
Hello.
That's nice. That's lovely.
Yes. This
So
is
anyway,
live, isn't it?
this is live.
Yeah.
So if you're on YouTube, go ahead down there and right below Rob's penis, there's a subscribe button. So go ahead and click on that. Try not to go too high because you're going to make Rob get a little tickly.
Ooh, someone's
And,
clicking, Dan.
Yeah. So make sure you subscribe. Make sure you share it. Remember, you can join us on Facebook at DJs After Dark. All stuff can be seen through djbproductions.com. And remember, you're joining the DJB Productions Network. We're very proud of what we have here and plenty of shows on here, including this one right now.
Hey, Dan,
This one.
hold
right
on.
now.
Guys, I don't mean to interrupt, but I got to check Dan's voicemail.
Right meow.
Yeah,
Hold
he's,
on.
he's touching my phone. This
Hold
is
on.
great.
I got to check Dan's voicemail
You got
because he
Ed.
won't listen to this voicemail.
Ed,
Why not?
Wait.
Oh,
Ed,
Why not?
look at it.
Wow.
It's the guy.
Heavenly Ed.
Heavenly Ed. Oh, God. Could you
I'm up
imagine?
in the clouds.
John Edwards finds that thing coming out of his Could you imagine?
Who? Who'd you say?
I don't know, Dan. I
Um,
can't play your
I
voicemail.
can't play my voicemail. Oh, great.
It's a great
You
voice.
should turn the volume down on the mixer. That's why.
No, it's up.
I guess your joke sucked, didn't it?
No.
Yeah. So anyway,
Here.
we
I
got
can set those aside for you. Thank you and have a great day.
All right, hold on. I got to replay because
Rob is great at engineering. Can I tell you?
I think we need a new producer.
hold on.
Oh.
Kelly calling from your CVS pharmacy. I'd just like to let you know that your anal wart removal cream, your butt plugs, and your Viagra are now in. And we also got those extra small condoms that you needed. So
Told
please go ahead
you.
and let me know when you'll be coming in so I can set those aside for you. Thank you and have a great day.
Thank you,
what
Kelly.
what a nice
Be
girl.
right over.
Nice girl. All courtesy of Electric FM. Thank you very much.
Oh,
Anyway.
that's a little.
Oh.
Oh, man.
Oh
Tell
God.
him, Ed.
Oh.
Ed had
Oh, Ed.
Ed had the number one show on that.
The number one show. He had the only show.
Well, that's true. Ed did have the only show,
It's
right?
number one.
No,
Matt
no,
was-
no.
Yo,
He did
Matt
a big
was,
show.
Matt was an only child, and he was number one in his house.
No. I no, we did not.
I think Ed's dead. Look at he's
Look at Ed.
Ed.
Ed's going into purgatory.
You're in purgatory. Eddie.
Look, he thought
Eddie, tell them about the mix shows they had too.
Well, yeah, they had a ton of mix shows on Friday and Saturday night from all the top big remixers in the world.
Now, what the hell are you doing on there for?
What's
He
that?
wasn't on
Then what
that.
the hell are you on there for?
Well, 6 years, you know that. Because you came along with
How'd you sneak into that thing? Were you dressed as a janitor? Got in there
No, actually, it took me 6 months to get that gig.
6 months to get that gig.
Going back and forth to New York.
Back and forth to the casting.
Back and
couch.
forth to the casting couch. Wow, could you imagine that?
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Eddie,
I don't know. Let's give him another shot.
Yeah.
No, I got to point out one thing before we get started with
Yeah.
whatever we're getting started.
Yeah.
It is the day before Easter for one, and it's 420 for those that know what that means. Do you know what that
Looks
means?
like that's what it looks like Ed's doing there. He's starting 420 off right.
Ed's hanging with Snoop Dogg.
Yeah. Hey, it's 420, Eddie.
And needs it for his psoriasis.
He's got gin and juice in that mug. That's what he got.
Oh.
Eddie,
This is what Snoop Dogg looks like without makeup.
Ed.
It looks like Ed, an old white guy.
Oh God.
All right, stop picking on Eddie. It's not picking on
Anyway,
Eddie's
I
show.
love Eddie.
I love him
We
too.
got a great show today.
Easy there, Skeletor.
So the other week, Right. Yeah. So the other day, I Sundays we sleep in. On the seventh day, I rest. And what happens is I was sleeping in. And I usually keep my phone off and then on the charger. So I get up and I turn the phone on, and immediately I start getting blasted with messages, and as soon as the messages are starting to come through, Rob calls. So I said, "Oh shit," So I answered the phone to Rob, and Rob's like, "You know what? This is like so last minute, but I got a lady that just called me. We have there's a beef and beer in like an hour and a half." Right?
Nice.
Like we're a pizza place now.
Right. In like an hour and a half, and I don't even know if you're available. I said, dude, I'm still in bed. I'm in my underwear. I got the girls. My daughters were,
I said, perfect. Go there.
We're home, and my wife was working. So I'm like, I can't go anywhere. I got the kids, So he's like, I kind of figured, blah, blah, blah. And I said, well, what happened with this? What is it? Oh, well, they had a DJ who was free. And amazingly, that guy decided not to do the gig. And I said, well, go figure,
Free.
Word right there, free.
Yeah. And so I said, well, no, unfortunately, I'm not. They're stuck singing to themselves or whatever it is, right? So then I said, let me check my messages now. So I'm getting a voicemail. I got a voicemail, and I got a text message, and I got a Facebook, right? So I go through, and it turns out it's a buddy of mine from like when I was in high school, right? And he said, hey, Dan, do me a favor, call me back. I said, okay. So I call, and I don't talk to him that often, so it's kind of odd for him to call, okay? Talk to him on Facebook here and there, not that we're not close friends, but it's just one of those things where we just don't hang out like that. And so I get a hold of him, and sure enough, he's calling me about the same beef and beer.
Right.
Because what it was is that his wife's brother had a brain tumor, right? Or has a brain tumor. Mm-hmm. And they were doing a beef and beer to help him out, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
And he gave me the same spiel that Rob did. The DJ was offered his services.
Oh, you actually talked to him?
I talked to him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. After I talked to you.
Okay.
The DJ was free, and then all of a sudden he couldn't do it, and now we're scrambling around.
Gee, I wonder why.
Right?
Really?
And then I remembered that I said, let me call Dan. Now, here's the funny thing about that statement. I remembered, let me call Dan. I DJ'd his fucking wedding.
No.
Right?
Oh.
So I DJ'd what potentially should be one of the most important days of his life. Right?
Oh.
And he now just remembered, oh, wait a minute, Dan. Let me see if he's available.
Man, he's available. Sure.
You know what I mean? And I said to Rob, I called Rob immediately back after I say, now I'm not available, blah, blah, blah. I said, this motherfucker, right? I started saying all this shit, right? And I said, now this could have gone two ways. Either A, it's what we think, because Rob got immediately offended, when he said, Jesus Christ, you did his wedding and he didn't even bother to call you in the first place, blah, 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 Now, this could have been one of two things. Either A, it was that, and I should be offended by it.
Right.
Or B, he knew I wasn't going to do it for free. And somebody offered up. I think that's always possible. There's always somebody out there saying, "Oh yeah, I'll take care of it." Blah blah blah. And usually,
that's what I would like to think. He wouldn't, he didn't want to bother you, figuring, Dan, he's too busy. He ain't going to be able to do it for free.
Well,
he's too good.
It's the difference of a professional DJ versus somebody that said, "Hey, I'll do it for you."
Right.
I'll do it for you. Yeah.
And it's like if I wasn't a DJ, but I was good with music, I might be that guy to say, "Oh well, yeah, I got you, brother." It's for a good cause, blah, blah. Not to say that DJs aren't into the good cause and all that stuff,
right?
But we have to get paid, and we've explained this multiple times on the show. I'm not going to get into it, but there's a reason why we get paid, whether it's a small little gig like that or if it's big. Now, I would have charged a bar rate, which is just a little bit less than what I would charge a stranger to do a beef and beer. I wouldn't charge a beef and beer that much, but I would charge them more than bar rate. Right. And then what would happen is because this was my buddy, I would charge him bar rate, blah, 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 but he would have to come up with that kind of money. Where they probably were not budgeted to have it in the first place. Mm-hmm. Now, long story short, I get back and I said, are you okay? Blah, blah, blah. He says, yeah, we figured it out. And it turns out to figure it out was we're going to play the jukebox. That's at the bar. So go figure.
But doesn't the bar have like built-in music? Like most bars are doing.
Most
now?
bars do, and that's Casey's. Yeah, I don't mind saying it because nobody's going to it. That's Casey's. So the what's the name? The bar probably has the what do they call that jukebox? The big one. You know what I'm talking about? The digital jukebox.
Oh yeah.
Digital
The touch
jukebox.
tunes or whatever I think it is.
Yeah. It probably has that. You know.
Yeah.
They got to play whatever $20 they're putting in. To promote, which goes to figure if they're playing the jukebox, making selections, they're going to end up playing or paying about as much as it would do the cost to pay a DJ.
Yeah, jukebox.
Actually, they're probably more. Because you figure, I think those touch tune, those
it's like $1 a song now, isn't it?
Yeah, it's somewhere in that neighborhood of like $1 a song almost.
Yeah.
So you figure 20 songs, 3 minutes a piece. There's an hour.
Yeah,
So that's $20 an hour, which I mean, it's cheaper than what we would charge.
but we would only be charging $25 an hour
Exactly.
for a bar.
It's
for a bar rate.
not that much.
Yeah, for a bar rate. Roughly. Well,
That's a hard
no. Maybe we're doing 30. We're doing about 30.
Yeah, I mean, you're getting close, but
Well,
and-
Rob books it. When Rob books, I'll do it for $3.
now see here's where I would come from. Here's where I would come from in that situation. You say it was a Sunday.
Yeah, it was a Sunday.
For me, knowing that it's like, okay, I'm not going to miss out on another gig because usually you're not doing gigs on a Sunday anyhow. In my case, I would probably do, like you said, I'd charge them less than bar rate just to cover, God forbid, something happens to my equipment. I've got something in my hands.
Exactly.
You're going to charge over 150 to 175. That's just because it's a fundraiser.
Right.
Yeah. And, I'm gonna look at the fact that I'm not gonna lose out on another gig by doing this.
Right. But
So
as
I don't
far
have
as
to charge.
bar rate concern, like Dan says,
Yeah.
I think bar rate has been bar rate forever. And that needs to change. And the only way it's going to change if DJs stop going in for $100, $150.
Mm-hmm.
If every DJ said, you know what, I'm not doing a bar unless we get at least $200, we could raise that, but DJs won't do that.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's
They're afraid they're afraid they're going to lose out on the job instead of if as an industry we're all saying that they know they're not going to get anybody cheaper because everybody's telling them the same price.
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
But it even comes down to who's going to work the cheapest, not who's better. And then, while we're on that subject, I don't know if we ever talked about this, but when bars call us up and want us to do,
not recognizing that, by the way.
Let me see if we can get another thing up. But what it makes me laugh is not only do they want a cheap price, and Dan will laugh at this. What else do they want, Dan? Not only a cheap price does a bar want, but what else does a bar want nowadays?
Oh, they want you to have a following.
And not just
Really?
5 or 6 people. They want, oh yeah, man, these bars.
Like if they turned to us and said, listen, do me a favor. I'll hire you guys, blah, blah, blah. Do me a favor and try and promote it. Try and get people to come out. If they said that,
Right.
every DJ would be like, absolutely, that's what I'll try and do. When I do a bar, I put it on multiple social medias. I put it on multiple Facebook accounts, to get the buzz out there. You can bring a horse to water. You can't make them drink.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? But they want you to come out as if you're fucking Vince Fontaine. And you have 1,000 people waiting lined up outside.
Here's the bottom line. There's the same thing, but this is a different browser. So the difference is anybody that's got a following like that, like the bars are actually looking for, they're not going to come in there for $200, $150.
Right.
Anybody like that is going to want $1,000.
Easy.
Doesn't Robbie Tronco get about that, Ed?
Somewhere in that range, but he brings a lot of people.
That's what I'm saying. Someone like
Yes.
Robbie Tronco,
right,
who has a big following.
Right.
But here's the clinchers that bars don't get for that, and that is if I'm coming in there and I got a big following and I'm charging you like whatever, 175, 200. The bottom line is if I decide I got a better offer at another place with a lot more money and bring my following there, that leaves that bar in the dark.
Right.
And this is the problem with bars too. They think that if they get a guy with a following, they're going to be on top of the world. No, you're not. You need to have a bar that people want to come to without a DJ, without a band.
The DJ is an enhancement.
Longer.
Right.
Exactly. That's the point.
We've talked about this before. We are the enhancement to the experience, but you have to have an experience. You got to be, if your bartenders are assholes, take forever to get somebody their drink, aren't attentive to what the customers need, people are going to get that first drink and then leave because it took me 25 minutes to get my first one anyway.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, and they're going to walk out. They'd be like, it sucks. The music's great. The DJ's awesome, but this bar is shit.
And let me tell you something.
And out the door they go.
From experience,
right?
People will not follow you to a crappy place.
Yeah.
All right.
Exactly.
Nor will regulars follow you anywhere. Period. Okay. There is a degree of loyalty, and it's almost non-existent.
It's like when I was doing KP Corral.
Yeah.
I had a good following there. People liked me.
But then when you switched over to Columbia Station, not one person.
Hardly anybody.
Hardly
like
anybody.
You guys came.
We came,
not a lot
because we knew you. No, we barely did. We did a third of what you would have done on Sunday at KP Corral.
Right.
Just because the place wasn't right. The place wasn't right. So now
it didn't matter about Rob did exactly the same thing he always does, and it did not matter because it was to a room that had no motif.
Yeah.
It was to a place that was a little farther out. It was a little bit out farther than where KP was.
Right.
And, it just wasn't the right fit. So the DJ is not the be all end all. Now, let's say the DJ is the be all end all. Let's go to a perfect world, for example. When that DJ decides that his britches are a little too big for your bar and decides to move on out of there, he's bringing his crowd with him.
Right.
So why would you want
the DJ goes, the crowd goes with him?
He should be, and we say this to every single bar owner. The DJ, just like your bartender, should be enhancing the experience at this great place that I like to sit down. The bottom line is when I go to a bar, I want to have a cool atmosphere. Before I interact with any person, I want to have a cool atmosphere. I want it to be comfortable. I want it to be lit a certain way just because that's the way I like it.
Let's go back to Robbie Tronco for a second. Let's take a Robbie Tronco who Ed knows, I know, we all know Robbie, but I've gone
I must say one of the greatest DJs I've ever heard. I mean, just phenomenal.
Yes, he's very good. There's stories we could talk about, Robbie. We got to get him on this show.
Yeah, man, that'd be great.
Stories Ed has told me that he's seen.
He's not getting paid.
No, but anyway, the whole point to Robbie Tronco. Let's take Robbie Tronco to a crappy bar in a dangerous neighborhood. Is people going to go and follow Robbie Tronco there? No.
I had personal friends that said, "Dan, we're going to come out and see you tonight. We got babysitters. We're going to come out." And remember, that's the big thing too. Is in our age group now. Yeah. Everybody's got they're not just footloose and fancy free going out and saying, "Hey, I'm heading out to the bar. I got kids. I got to watch them," whatever the case is. So now they come around. I was at this one bar where parking was non-existent. This was a walk-in bar. Based on the area it was in, there was no parking.
16 spots.
16 spots. 16, I paid for them. Meanwhile, you got 4, right? and the people drove by. I noticed the time. I said, let me text them. Say, hey, where are you guys at? We drove by twice. We can't find parking. We have to go someplace else because we wanted to go out and not waste the babysitter. So, that's friends, personal friends of mine saying, Dan, no, because I can't get to your bar.
Yeah. Not even Dr. Rock could have tried.
No, not even Dr.
Speaking
Rock.
of Dr. Rock, where is Dr. Rock today?
He's busy. I don't know.
No, he's on vacation, isn't he?
Is he still on vacation?
I think.
No. He was just busy today.
Oh, right. Getting ready for Easter. Okay. Dr. Rock, if you're watching this later, which we know you don't, say hey.
Let me tell you something. If that son of a bitch is watching this show right now, and he's not here in the studio.
Kick his ass.
He could do what Matt did. He could have turned his phone on. He got the link. He could have turned his phone on and started talking.
It's the one day in a year that I'm not sleeping with Joanne.
I know.
And he has to be there.
Well, that's what he's doing. It's my turn. Danny's doing the show.
I don't sleep with Joanne. We never sleep.
Who can sleep while there's sex going on?
Joanne, I love
You
you.
are
You never watched
brutal,
the show,
man.
but
You're
Joanne, I love
brutal.
But I
you.
mean, I
I
mean,
am
as we
brutal.
say though too, as far as the bar, I mean, I'll even go as far as, I'm not going to mention what bar, but as Dan, as you know, I mean, it can even happen with bands. You can have a band with a good following.
Yeah.
If your bar is crappy, I mean, this one bar, I'm not going to mention it, but as Dan knows, I was a big follower of Monkey Bus. And anybody in Delco from the 90s, they know who Monkey Bus was.
Yeah.
No.
And they were doing New Year's Eve at this one bar that was different than where they would typically do New Year's Eve. And the only reason I went to go see him that night at this bar was because their lead singer and their bassist, it was going to be their final gig. They were moving on to other things. And I'm like, why are they got to be playing in this bar?
Didn't
I
they
wish
do
they were
Freddie
playing
Mercury?
somewhere else.
Yeah,
Because I went.
They did.
Yeah. Freddie Mercury. They were.
Now,
Matt, can you get us?
I mean, I literally went.
Bartender.
What's that?
Can
you get a beer
from the
from the
bartender?
bartender
Reach behind you?
Yeah, I'll just reach back.
Thanks, buddy.
No, but again,
I'll grab that
an
one.
aspect of what Matt's saying though too. This is a band that played at the DeBella Ball.
Right.
Okay, so that's a pretty big gig.
Yeah.
Yeah, DeBella the Ball.
They essentially opened up for Great White one year.
They opened up for Great White.
Mm.
So the band's not shoddy.
Yeah.
Okay, it's not like
They had a following.
we like to play guitar. It's not like that. They're a good band.
Yeah.
They were a great band. And we went that bar.
People in.
Right.
And I went there and I'm just like, I hope, because I hated the bar. I didn't like the bartenders. I didn't like the general crowd they brought in. They were along the main line. So it was a lot of college frat boys and that mentality.
Yeah.
And I remember that night we're like, it's their last gig. So we're probably going to be doing shots with them. We're probably, because we got friendly with the band. We actually got a cab to go to the show because we figured we're not going to be able to drive home. It's an open bar up until midnight. We're going to be getting ripped. We're going to be drunk out of our minds. We're not going to be able to drive home.
Right.
With an open bar that I paid $60 a person for.
Oh, $60.
I think I had 4 drinks that night.
Damn.
Because I'd stand at the bar and I'd actually have money in my hand to tip the bartender because I've already paid for my drinks. So I've got money in my hand. Sure, I'm going to tip them for every drink I got.
Right.
But I can't get a bartender to look at me because they're over here talking to these frat boys down here. They're all socializing. And it's like, so again, boom. I walk out of there, never going back to that bar again. That bar had an opportunity to finally get me in through the door because they had a band as a draw that I would go into, and all their people did was reinforce why I don't go to that bar.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So again, you have a big following as a DJ. You go in there, people go in and say, this is a crappy bar. Even if you're going to be a steady gig, you're going to be there every Friday night, every Saturday night, whatever it is.
Mhm.
People are going to come in. They're going to see you once. It was a great DJ. It was fun music, but the bar sucks. I'm never going back.
That happened with Dan at the bar we were just talking about.
Yeah. I mean, I had people that said, "Oh my God, dude, this guy is great," and I've actually had people say, "Man, you're like it was almost
What are
like,
you doing
not
here?"
that I'm a superstar. I mean, I'm not a superstar, but it was like when you talk about big fish in a little pond. And they were like, "You're too good for this bar."
Yeah.
One guy said, "They goes, man, you're like way too good for
It's
this
like Billy
bar."
Joel when he was.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
they
man.
I think one guy said they actually paid to have you here.
No,
Yeah,
that wasn't
you
the
know?
only reason your friends didn't want to come back. Besides,
Well, the main thing was parking. We
Right.
couldn't get to it, and
Right.
and you're talking about I don't want to park 2 blocks away and have to walk,
Right.
especially if I'm drunk. But I don't know this neighborhood. You know, not that
Yeah.
it was a bad neighborhood, but you don't know the neighborhood. You know, you like to have your car where you can go.
yeah,
You know what I mean? I mean, that's the bottom line. But like, you know, this was a place that was such a dive that like, and here's the deal. Here's a funny thing from that. There was somebody in there that was a regular and she loved what I did. And she said, my daughter's getting married and she's a bartender at another bar,
right.
right? A more established chain
Mhm.
bar. I don't want to say on the air, and that have a certain DJ that overcharges and sends rookies. Does that
Right,
sound? You
yeah,
understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. I know
Okay.
what you're talking about.
A very popular bar, but she was the bartender, and the girl. She said, "You got to get this guy Dan for your wedding. He's fantastic. He's a great DJ." You know what she said to her? And the girl doesn't know me, so I don't take offense to it. She said, "I'm not having some Jimmy Max bar DJ my wedding."
So working at a bar.
So
like
that
that
particular
could
bar,
hurt you.
yeah. So that bar put a hurting
to your
on my reputation.
Exactly.
As far as that initial setup to say, oh well, if he's working there, he can't be that good because
Right.
they had a reputation. And I've gone it before, and I told you I went in there and they had a DJ had 2 different speakers. One of them was a stereo speaker.
Oh,
You know what I mean? From a stereo system.
oh.
Like you went slumming and got caught.
Yeah, right. You know what I mean? And that's what I was saying. I was too big for the bar, and I'm a nobody, and I was too big for the bar. And the
meant your penis.
yeah,
Yeah.
I had that DJ, but no, but the daughter was like, I'm not going to have that bar's DJ my wedding because she had no idea, and she was used to the crap that she was getting over at that place that she was at because they feed you a lot of BS, you know.
Yeah.
But that's the funny thing. Everything's perception. It really is everything perception. And
Perception is everything.
it is. And once again, this is, I think, contributes to why there aren't followings. This contributes to why there isn't loyalty. Because if someone likes that bar, they're going to stay there, whether you go there or not. See, that's the key. And that's your customer.
Well,
that's your customer. If that customer will stay there, regardless of who comes in and who comes out, that's your customer base. You
well, a lot of
understand
people, when I worked at Skate Odyssey back in the late 70s, early 80s,
it's like,
right?
I missed that place.
Went there, right? A lot of people that went there loved me, right, Ed? In my life, I was like getting jobs forever after that closed.
right.
But when I left to go to Radnor Rolls at the time,
Radnor
they didn't want me to go to Radnor Rolls. They stayed at Skate Odyssey.
Yeah, because you want to know why you're talking. Number one, a good 35-minute drive from Skate Odyssey to Radnor Roll.
What I mean,
You know what I mean?
Yeah, right. And it's the truth. It's the God honest truth. Where the hell's my folders?
I missed that.
And it's the God honest truth. And the thing is that, like I said, you know, if you find a place that you like, everything else adds to the experience.
Mm-hmm.
Now, there are people that will go to a place, love it. Oh, well, now they got this other DJ. Well, he's not that great, but whatever. This is my place.
Yeah.
That's your customer. That's the customer base that you're supposed to be doing.
Like
That means
place.
that means we used to.
The distant place.
Oh yeah.
That guy. That's a story, real quick.
Here we go. Yeah,
Don't
we have
say
a
the
couple.
name of the bar.
Not naming the bar. We just recently. It's someone that network and we know for a long time. Started a bar. Blah 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 blah. And it's too far away, legitimately, for Rob and I to really do on a regular basis.
For cheap.
For the amount of money that he wants to pay. So we go there. I go there. Rob's like, listen, they need somebody like last minute. Can you do it? You know, I'll pay you X amount of money, whatever. I'm like, okay. And it's a little more than what they want to spend at the bar, but it was justifiable, you know, and I was really cutting it like down to the wire to say, well, if you can't get me this, I really don't want to do it. You know, I'm not being a dick to Rob. It's like, dude, like, you know, quarter, that's going to be my gas.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, you know,
he drives a tank.
I do, you know what I mean? So I go there, and right from the start, I'm like, it's a nice. Everybody's very nice.
Mm-hmm.
It's very
nice place.
The place is nice. It does not look like it does on the website.
No.
I had the question of whether or not who's the owner, and they told me, and I was like, okay, I'm in the right place because it did not look like it does on the website at all.
Right.
So I go in there and I'm setting everything. I'm getting ready to go, and person says to me, and I hate this when everybody does. I'm not even at my computer. So what are you planning on playing tonight? Like, what are you, the fucking program director? Like, what are you? You know what I mean? But I'm like, I don't know.
They plan on playing music.
Yeah, I'm thinking about singing a little bit.
I always say, I always tell them,
Tiny Tim.
Opera, opera, jazz. Why? What'd you want?
Yeah, I said, I don't know yet. I'm kind of looking at it. So I said, what do you want to hear? And the guy stopped. And I hear another guy from like 12 feet away say, did he say, what do you want to hear? Right. I honestly, for a split second, thought I was going to get in a fight. I didn't know what was happening. Right. And he goes, I don't know. And he says to his buddy, dude, what do you want to hear? And the dude's like, And then the other guy from across the way says, did he say, what do you want to hear? Right? So I'm like, what's happening? Right. I'm going back over to my shit. Right. So it turns out, long story short, the DJ that's normally there doesn't take any requests at all.
Plays
Only-
all one format.
One format. He only plays one format when they want to hear a completely opposite format.
Uh-huh.
So imagine that. Okay.
Right.
And
But what I said to Danny, he doesn't take requests
no,
of other formats.
only the
He-
format that he likes to play,
Right.
and that's
and
it.
he might
That's
not play that.
Oh,
Yeah.
Right.
And the thing is, he goes in there and that they're asking for questions and stuff like that. And they're asking requests, and they're like, "Oh my god, he's playing them! Like, dude, he's playing it." And I'm getting like kudos from, "Oh, dude, yeah, good job." Blah blah blah. You know, and all this stuff. They go to the bartender, "Dude, can you get rid of that other guy and get this guy in here?" Blah blah blah. They were so happy just because I took a request.
Yeah.
Right.
Let along everything
Mhm.
else, and I was playing good music, whatever, and the format they
Yeah, but
liked.
when
is
you
something
took
was my
off your
expertise
shirt,
anyway.
I think that really
When I
sealed the
did
deal.
that, yeah.
The deal
Yeah,
was
man, it
done.
was all over. Yeah.
It was like a Chippendale in the place.
It's look at that dad bod. Yeah, it's like Chris.
They love the nipple rings with the matching chain. You know.
Yeah, dude.
Anyway, let's talk real quick about what we're going to talk about. The next show is the makeover.
What the bar rescue thing?
Yeah.
Yeah,
You want to
so-
talk about that?
We're tying up the show right now. Next show that's coming out, we're going to be talking about bar rescue. I don't know if you guys seen that's on the Paramount Network,
Love that show.
where John Taffer comes in and he fixes a bar and blah blah blah. We're going to talk about all the bullshit that is. On the next show. It's going to be pretty.
Well,
funny.
there's an interesting thing about him, and I'll bring it up next show. You guys might know it, but we'll save it for that show.
Bring it up in the
I
next
know
show.
exactly what he's going to say.
What are you going to say?
No, I'll bring it up in the next show.
Next show.
Teaser.
Yeah, let him bring it up in the next show. Hey, don't be directing my
Exactly.
Next show.
Stupid.
Next
So
show.
anyway, I hope everybody enjoyed it. Make sure you're hitting that subscribe button down below, and make sure you're sharing everything and telling everybody about the show, because everybody, we love doing this and we love hearing from you guys. There's a live chat going on right now, so you can jump on there. We're going to start a new show in just a little bit. We're going to do it all live today.
Live.
Live
Live.
from New York.
Live.
Not Saturday night.
It's live.
It's Saturday morning.
Saturday morning.
Saturday morning. So anyway, for Matt Sutter, for Fair C, and for
Looks
Rob
like the
Cannon.
sun's coming up.
that's right.
Was that as good for you as it
Was
was,
Was it
for
good
me?
for you?
Yes, it was.
And for
Yes, it was.
DJs After Dark.
I don't know where everything's at here.